Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make frozen winter holiday caramel apples. So these are all the ingredients that you need to make the caramel apples. First you're going to need to have a metal pan or a wax paper or parchment paper, and you're going to need to butter the entire thing so that the apples do not stick once you place them on there. Next, you're going to need to move to the oven and get a saucepan and add 3 cups of hot water and bring that to a boil. You're then going to take your Granny Smith apples and remove the stems and place them in the boiling water for 10 seconds so that the wax comes off of the apples. I'm then taking a cloth towel. You can use a towel or a paper towel, and then I'm wiping all of the water off the apples so that I can dip them properly. I'm going to lay all the apples that I dipped in the boiling water on a wax paper sheet, so then I can let them dry as I make the caramel. And then I'm going to take these bamboo sticks that I got from Michael's. You can use these sticks or popsicle sticks, and I'm going to stick them in the middle where the stem was so that I can dip them. Now on to make the caramel, you're going to need 1 cup of light brown sugar, 1 stick or 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, 1/2 cup of light corn syrup, 1 lastly 1/2 can of sweetened condensed milk, or 7 ounces. I'm going to whisk all of the ingredients I put in my saucepan until I reach a boil. You're gonna need a candy thermometer or any type of cooking thermometer, so once the caramel reaches 245 degrees Fahrenheit, you can remove it from the stove. This process takes about 20 to 30 minutes depending on how high you have your heat. I have my heat on medium heat, and you can see that it's starting to get done, and I'm just waiting for it to reach 245. Caramel has now reached 245 degrees Fahrenheit, so now I'm going to remove it and wait 1 to 2 minutes so that I can add my vanilla extract. As I wait for the caramel, I'm going to wipe all of the apples again because some of them have sweated. Now that I waited 1 to 2 minutes, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract to my caramel. I'm now going to take the apples and submerge them in the caramel. I do a 360 rotation all throughout so that the whole apple gets covered. I had to reheat my caramel because it got stiff. If you need to do this, you can place the saucepan back on the stove and on medium heat for about 1 to 2 minutes, just until you reach a boil, and then you can start dipping again. So these are how the apples turned out. I think they look really nice. You can leave them like this, or you can dip them in a theme like I'm doing. I'm now going to use a double boiler and put water into the saucepan and bring it to a boil, and then use a glass bowl and melt my chocolate. Now that I mixed my chocolate and all of the chocolate is melted, I'm going to take it off the stove and place it next to my apple so that I'm ready to dip. to lay out a sheet of wax paper so that when I dip my apples and place them on there, the chocolate does not stick to the paper. I got two type of different sprinkles, Wilton sprinkles. I got blue and then I got white. You can use whatever toppings you want for the apples, including sprinkles, nuts, or candy. I'm going to take my caramel apple and dip 3/4 of the apple in the chocolate, and I'm going to make sure I get each side, and then I'm going to go back and make sure that it's a straight line by rotating it in a 360-degree motion. Then I'm going to shake the apple so that I don't waste any chocolate and scrape it on the edge, so then I can have a clean finish on the bottom. Then I'm going to take my sprinkle mixture and sprinkle it as much as I like on the apple, just on the chocolate part so that it's able to stick. I melted white chocolate using my double boiler method, and then I'm going to use this in a piping bag. You're going to need a piece of parchment paper. They already have these so that you can buy them at Michael's or Joann's, and it's a triangle piece of parchment paper, and you're going to take each of the side triangles and you're going to move them up to the middle of the side of the triangle. Then you have this disposable parchment paper piping bag, and I'm just going to cut the end so that I can pipe on the apple. I'm going to go in a diagonal motion up and down the apple all around until I reach where I began. Now I'm going to take the white chocolate and do the same thing that I did with the blue chocolate. I'm going to do the same thing I did with the second apple and use the same sprinkles that I did for the first apple. For the last one, I'm going to do a snowflake on each side of the apple. So I'm going to do 4. And then I'm basically going to make a star, or I'm going to make a snowflake that has 8 sides. And for each side, I'm basically going to go in a V motion on each of them so that it gives it a snowflake effect. This is how the snowflake turned out. I'm now going to use the blue piping bag with the blue chocolate and do the same exact thing. I decided that it looked plain, but you can leave it like that, or you can add sprinkles or any toppings like I did. So here how all of the 4 apples turned out as they dried. I think they look really nice, and in the next clip I'm going to show you how I bagged them for a party. You can use these as party favors at birthdays, or you can give them as a holiday gift. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think.